Hey guys, Mace1370 here. I thought I would do a crafting session today since I've been farming Wyvern quite a bit. We have a fair number of crafting mats saved up. I need boots, so we're going to go for boots. And hopefully we get something. Let's see, this is probably enough to make 100. I'd love a speed boot with a speed main stat and DPS substats. No, this is garbage, obviously. I'm just going to do them one at a time so we can talk about each item. Right set, decent substats, bad rolls, bad main stat. This is actually not horrible. Critical hit set, not speed set, but the subs are decent, and it adds up to 19 points total, which for a right-sided item is a very decent start, especially for a purple. The set is a little bit awkward. There aren't a ton of heroes that can use crit set, speed boots with kind of bruiser substats, because you generally want immunity set on your bruisers. So if you're going to run this type of item, you're typically doing like 2 crit sets and an immunity set or something along those lines. It can definitely work, so we'll lock that one. That's not horrible. Alright, that's no good. I want to see red items. Oh wow. So this is a very nice boot. It has speed on the main, and it's a speed set, and then it has the 3 perfect substats for Soul Weavers. Unfortunately, it has low rolls. This is usually a little bit lower than I would like to roll, but given that it's 3 perfect, subs on the bottom, and everything about this is perfect other than the low rolls, I will roll this. I'm excited for those boots. My Soul Weaver gear is pretty lacking, so flat main, trash. So even those boots are probably going to be an upgrade for me. And this is something that you'll get a sense of as you craft items as well. What items are an upgrade for you. We talked in one of my previous videos about looking at the main stats, and I generally like to see 20 points total in the substats before I'll consider rolling a purple item or a red item. However, there's exceptions to that, and if you lack a certain piece of gear, then you have to lower your standards until that type of gear catches up. A bunch of flat mains, unexciting. A red item, but trash main stat, unfortunately. Okay, so this is an interesting boot. The only hero I could think of off the top of my head that would really want this type of thing, maybe a Soul Weaver, but Dark Corvus actually. It doesn't have defense, but it's a main health stat, and then you're going to have some speed and effect resistance. On Dark Corvus, you basically want to stack defensive stats, and a little bit of speed is fine. I think there's a epically amazing 280 speed Dark Corvus out there somewhere. I don't have the gear for that. Alright, these are all garbage. I'd be curious how much you guys have to craft before you get a decent item. For me, it seems like around 4,000 to 5,000 mats usually gets me a decent red piece. Okay, so here we have speed set, 2 decent subs, but flat defense and low roll there, so unexciting, not good enough for me to roll. All blues are garbage. I think I need to start crafting more boots and more helms. Helms are not a fun item to craft. Usually, the exciting ones are on the right side, because when you get a good, right-sided item with the perfect main set and perfect subs, that's very exciting to get. Helms are also tricky to craft, however, because they can have any sub, any substat except for flat health, I guess, because that's on their main stat. And I sometimes see, on Reddit or, just talking with people on Discord, what items people look for to craft, especially when they start the game. They say, should I craft left side, should I craft right side? And I always hear different opinions about that. I hear a lot of people say that, oh, you should craft left-sided gear because left-sided gear has fewer substats it can roll, and therefore it's more likely you'll get a good item. And that's certainly, that's a true statement that left-sided gear has fewer substats. However, if you look at it, I guess if you take a step back and look at the bigger picture, oh hello, this is interesting. So here's crit set, attack main, and then 3 nice subs. This would be like a great ML Ken piece, for example. Fortunately, it's purple, but this has over 20 points in substats, 14 with the crit damage and health, and then crit chance takes us to 19 plus 2.5 is 21.5, so that's an item I'll definitely roll. Hopefully we get defense percentage on the plus 12 roll. Anyway, so the debate about left or right-sided gear, which you should craft first, I think that the main thing you need to focus on is craft what you need. So you could get really lucky and get, amazing left-sided gear in the beginning of the game, and why would you craft more of that when you need to balance that with right side? Conversely, you could get, lucky the other way. Defense main boots are awkward, and I'm just staring at these trying to think of how I would use them, and no, I don't think I can. As I was saying, conversely, you could get right-sided gear right out the gate, and then you would craft left-sided. On a statistical level, I think that it is more difficult to get right-sided gear than left-sided gear because there are more statistical possibilities on each right-sided piece. You have the main stat plus 4 substats, so that's 5 things that need to go your way. This is compared to left-sided gear where only 4 things need to go your way, and in addition to that, those 4 things have fewer possibilities to them. Like speed, for example, cannot roll flat, swords, for example, can't roll flat defense or defense percentage. So if you're purely just getting items from like Wyvern Drop, for example, over time, it is statistically way more likely for you to get good left-sided drops than good right-sided drops. And since the ultimate point of crafting all this gear is to fully gear out a hero, in my mind it makes sense to craft mostly right-sided pieces. I think if you focus too much on crafting left-sided pieces, you're going to have a very lopsided, set of gear in your inventory. You're going to have a ton of really good left stuff and not really good right stuff to complement it. So I tend to focus on crafting right-sided gear, and then every so often I'll kind of like take stock on, the 3 or 4 heroes that I'm looking to build up or improve, and I'll see generally what type of piece they are lacking, and then I'll focus on crafting that piece. So for example, I noticed my ML Ken, his boots are pretty bad. My Alencia's boots, that's the weakest item on her, and I don't have a single good speed set boot with speed main and then, the perfect attack, crit chance, crit damage boots. I have a lot of those on crit set, but not speed set. So that's why I decided to start crafting boots right now. I think after this I'll probably do rings next, because some of my rings are suboptimal. So far we haven't seen a single great red item. This is pretty mediocre also, and it's hit set, so meh. Don't automatically throw away hit set items. I know I just dismissed that one, but it didn't have great substats. There are heroes that can use hit set gear, specifically if you get a piece of hit set gear that has extremely good offensive substats, like let's say you had a helm with, attack speed, crit damage, crit chance, something like that. Arbiter Vilder can actually use those pieces if they roll really well and they have perfect subs. Alencia is another hero that can use hit set pieces. So this item, this boot, it's okay. Let's see, it has health and then crit. Oh, that's crit damage. I thought it was crit chance. No, this is pretty bad. It only has 2 percentage rolls out of the 4, so there's a lot of chances for this to go into those flat stats and just be awful, and it low rolled on top of that, so to the trash can. I've also only ever had 5 speed rolls on boots. Go figure. The one place you don't really want them. Okay, so we've maxed out our inventory. I'll probably sell most of these, but we'll use some of them to do a few rolls here. How many more mats do we have? So we have 17.99 left. All right. Let's roll those Soulweaver boots. Hopefully they don't brick. I mean, they've already low rolled, so. Okay, let's see here. We can feed in these grays first. So let's see, what do I want ideally? I guess ideally I would want this to go like pure F-res. That would be awesome. Those would be a great set for, like DJ Bassar or something along those lines. Or just high rolls overall. I think that's what I'd be looking for. Okay, that was a 7, so that's excellent. I'll take it. Throw in some of our blue boots here. Do they need both? No, just the one. Alright, so I think we're just going for high rolls. 6, I will take a 6. Another important thing to note, when you transition your gear from 85 to 90, the amount of substats you gain by doing that is dependent on the number of rolls in each particular substat. And this is why red items are so much better than purple items. Red items get an extra roll in a substat that already exists. Additionally, that first roll gives you the most benefit. So just off the top of my head, I think the first roll gives you like 2 or 3 extra percentage, and then the second roll gives you 1% or 2% in addition to that. So you get more in that stat for the first time it rolls in there than any other time. So you will gain the most possible stats going from 85 to 90 on a red piece of gear that rolls at least once in every single substat. So another criteria that I look at when I'm rolling my items is that as long as they're, medium rolling, I like them to hit each thing once if it's going to be a balanced piece. Obviously, if I'm chasing something like speed, I don't care about that. But for the purposes of maximizing your stats, you get more stats overall if each thing rolls once, or at least once. We're just feeding in the blues here. I'll probably sell the others. Alright, that was another high roll. Looking pretty good so far. That was an 8. So now we just have to... What do we want, I guess? It doesn't really matter. It's pretty much a whiff. Flat health or flat defense would be the best thing here, because we already have our 3 perfect ones. Oh, whoops. Alright, so there's a blue there. And then we can feed some charms. We'll take this to at least 12 today and see where it goes. Alright, we'll feed in... I guess it doesn't matter. I'm taking this to 15. Critical hit damage. So a whiff. It could have been, more health or defense, but that's fine. So now the only danger here is that it hits this at plus 15. So right now that's 22. So we're at 36 points right now, which is really not horrible for 36 usable points. This will be a usable boot on somebody. If it doesn't end up on one of my main, RTA heroes, it'll certainly be an upgrade for like a Guild Wars type hero. The gear I put on my Guild Wars heroes is typically not great. It's, things that kind of went a little wrong. So let's see, should we just take this to 15? I guess why not? We have the charms to do it. See, I was rolling this, and I'm kind of off it now. I think it hit flat defense a few times. I was hoping for more effectiveness and health. Yeah, that low rolled pretty hard, so we can toss this one. So hopefully this just does it. 14, 18, 4, 6. Alright, not quite there. Let's see. Wow, look at how fast your gold goes away. It's just ridiculous. We can do some charms. Good. Another good. Alright, and now we'll just throw a random purple in here to finish it off. Alright, so I think our perfect roll would be an 8 health. Let's get 8 health one time. Ready, go. Oh, come on. This game. That's tragic. That's really tragic. And the sad thing here is that it high rolled into F-res. It missed health entirely. And then it hit this a second time. So not only did we miss out on, another like 4 to 8, useful stats, but then when we go to 90, that's another like 2 or 3 extra points that we're missing now. So that's very disappointing, but that's how this game is, right? You do like, you get 5 of these items and one of them turns out okay, and then you get 20 of these items and one of them turns out great. And that's maybe if you're being generous. Alright, so we can quickly sell just to make some room here, this other stuff. And then we'll craft the rest of the materials. The lobby pet I have is the one that gives you gold for selling stuff, so... Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's get... We didn't get a good red yet. I want a good red. Nope, that's trash. Trash. When I'm not recording for, you know, the purposes of a video, I usually do these in batches of 10, and I've noticed that it really demonstrates to you how uncommon it is to get a good item, because you'll hit that 10 button 3 or 4 times and get literally nothing very quickly. Okay, this is not great. Okay, so crit set, attack main, that's all good news, and then the subs are complete garbage. Jeez, hopefully we have enough gold to finish this. I think we do. We might have to sell a few of the boots. Alright, it's red, but it is hit set and it's a flat main. 4 really good subs though, but flat main is no bueno. There are very rare examples of things where flat mains can be okay. I think there's that mouse. Like this would be a good boot for him. It has flat attack. I mean, I guess you'd want attack percentage down here. But there's that mouse that you can get from the secret shop who can one-shot Banshee 13. He's like a thief or something, I think. He wants rage set, but you could put, you know, a couple crit offsets on him or something like that. Okay, it's looking grim. We're below 1,000 crafting mats now. This all good subs. Hit set though, not good enough. For me to roll on a hit set item, it has to be really perfect. And that's just because there's so few heroes that use hit set. If you use your same criteria that you do for speed set on your hit set items, you're just gonna have all these hit set items laying around doing absolutely nothing in your inventory. Okay, I think we are gonna have to sell some of these to be able to finish crafting out. I'll just do that now. Probably we're running out of room. Oh no, we have plenty of room. Get out of here, garbage boots. Man, this started so well with that speed boot, and ended in tragedy. It's the summary of my experience in Epic 7. Fairly okay boot. It is on hit set, so this is something that Faithless Litica could use. It's speed main, and then it has high effectiveness and high crit chance. Actually, it's maxed on both. So I guess I'll roll it once or twice just to see what happens. If it high rolls into effectiveness and or crit chance, then that is an item that I would potentially entertain using for her. Okay, that's red, but everything else about it is complete trash. Health main, F-res, decent, flat health, and effectiveness, so no bueno. That's the defense main. Very difficult to use defense main boots. There are some heroes that can use them, like Fighter Maya, but... Okay, and the last one is also kind of garbage. It's crit set, low speed roll. It does have max defense and crit chance, so the type of hero that would maybe use this, like maybe ML can, but it has speed, and he doesn't really want a ton of that, so... Yeah, let's see, it's 10, 12, 17, 19.5. I'm just struggling to think who would use this. If you put Alencia on crit sets, then you need a speed boot. If you put her on a speed set, then you can have like a main stat boot with her. I'm trying to think what my other heroes with crit set and health percentage is not really coming to me. Maybe I'll lock it. Okay, well that ends the crafting session. Let's see. We might be able to upgrade one of the items that we got. I think we had one other decent item. Was it this one? Geez, is that it? I think that was it. Oh, this had decent substats. Yeah, this is like, for example, something that an Alencia could use on a crit. Oh no, it has attack, never mind. Well, whatever, some other bruiser could use this. If this has purely offensive subs, then it would be great for like an Arbiter Vildred or a Watcher Shuri or something like that. Alright, well this has decent rolls, so we can roll this a teeny bit with whatever limited amount of gold we still have. Alright, so 577. Okay, that's an 8. Good, good. It rolled into health. I'd prefer it to go into the offensive ones, but this is probably going to end up on a bruiser of some sort anyways. Okay, so that was a 4 into crit chance. Not bad. I would take a max critical hit damage roll, please. Well, that was pretty close. 6 instead of a 7. But overall, this rolled very well. So let's see, that's 28, 37, plus 4.5, so 41.5 in substats so far. And we have 2 more rolls to go. So this could, down here, it could go, you know, defense percentage would probably be the best at plus 12. I don't have the gold to take it there quite yet. But defense percentage would be good. Effectiveness or effect resistance would be pretty mediocre. I guess if it went effect res, then you could use it on like an effect resistance ML Ken. Effectiveness, less useful. And then, you know, flats, I guess, would be acceptable, but mediocre, you know, but fine. So defense percentage is obviously what we want for that plus 12. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to talk about was the Leif giveaway, mentioned in the title and description of this. So I'm going to give away a Leif pack to somebody who leaves a comment on this video in my next video. And to enter the Leif pack giveaway, you just need to write your Discord username, as well as your Epic 7 in-game name in the comment below, and make sure to like and subscribe. And next time we will do the Leif pack giveaway, so probably in a few days, I will pick, you know, via like a random selector, one of the people who comments on the video, and we'll give the Leif pack away. It'll just be, you know, the smaller Leif pack. Maybe next time we'll do a big one. But just as a thank you for everyone who, you know, has started following, I really appreciate it. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Later.